make sure you guys like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make sure you put on the notification bells for more videos like this. Hello and welcome everyone to a new video. I'd like to talk about Sesame token, and it's taking a different aspect to the whole loot box system that, things like CSGO, Valorant, even Apex all have in play, which are that gambling, that hype feeling. I recently talked about a coin. It was called LAS, the Last Stand token, and that thing has blown up like crazy just because of the whole aspect of, you know, getting to that end point of winning something. That feeling that you get that strives you to say, hey, I have an opportunity at changing my life just based on buying boxes, right? And based on buying something with not, without knowing what you actually are going to get. And that's what really hypes a lot of people up. Mystery boxes, Pokemon, all these different style of things of you flip something over, you don't know what you're going to get. You can get the best thing in the world, right? Or you can get, whatever, a common. But that opportunity can actually change your life. And that's what Sesame Token is trying to do. Give that ability to those that are really interested in a chance at winning something that can do so well for you. Because as it multiplies over a longer period of time, and the more you are invested towards it, the more possible outcome and more profit you can make from it, right? So the game style of how it's created is the loot box style, and how it works is I'll be able to explain to you. To start, you need to actually connect to the testnet so that you can start trying it out, as the current game can work on the testnet and you'll be able to actually play the game. You get familiar with how it is, and you will be able to experience Sesame's beta, right? So how it works is basically you can set it up through creating an RPC. This is done through MetaMask. You can add a new network. You include the RPC similar to when you added Binance the first time. You include the chain ID and the symbol, right? Once you have that, you can get BNB through a faucet because you are on a new network, and this is the BNB, Binance's testnet. And to do this, you basically can go to a faucet, and these faucets provide BNB to testnets, different RPCs on the Binance network. So you can do that by going to testnetbinance.org faucet smart, right? I'll link this medium down below so that it's easy for you to get used to and understand. Then you can go to their test sesametoken.io. This is where you can actually connect to the testnet version of the game, right? Once you do that, you can import the tokens. You can go to the game section, and once you do that, you can actually check out the game itself. Here you also can see that you can choose which type of boxes you want to use, and once you choose a certain box, you can then purchase those boxes, right? Once you do that, you can set it up. You press confirm, just like you were to buy another, token and things like that. Once it's shown, it'll have a notification in the corner explaining, okay, I've bought one thing, or I've canceled it, or you don't have enough balance. Simple, easy ways that are shown. Once that's done, it'll show you, hey, you just want a certain amount, right? So you bought a zero point 0.1 box and you won 0.04, right? So you can see that you can use this as a way to reward yourself, right? So winners will be given a certain amount, and 5% of that will go back into the system to burn and buy back the token, right? So the utility behind this is there is that big pool. Some people win, some people lose on every single purchase. And once that's done, there's a 5% buyback on these rewards that's going to assist the token value. This is going to bring the token itself up over a longer period of time because the deflationary aspect of burning the CISA token while buying it back from, the winner's lot, right? So as you see here, there's a little explanation in terms of the rewards and your total balance and when the next distribution is done. Then you can see that through the website. There is a rewards tab there, and you can also stake your tokens, right? So how do we even get these tokens, or how do we actually get involved, right? As you can see here, Sesame's fair launch is coming up in 2 days. You have an opportunity of winning 2x, 10x, 100x, and 1000x. Like I said before, there's opportunity. There is a lot of opportunity. You know, things like Roobet and all these other things that have been blowing up, and everyone's getting involved. Even if you're not in crypto, you can get involved, right? So instead of you winning these guns and winning skins in like CSGO, you actually just win money straight up. Why not just win money, right? So the idea here is to build a game based around mystery boxes, right? And this is their pre-sale link. You can see they're raising 300 BNB, but it's a fair launch. So if it does go over 300, you can all be a part of it, and you will still get the same amount as everyone that's in at around 300. So everyone is in at the same rate. There is no whitelist, so those people that can't really get in through whitelist, you can get it just like this. I am excited about this. They're KYC'd and audited, right? So you just need to contribute here. You just put a maximum of how much you want to put in. You can put in 1 BNB, 2 BNB, 3 BNB, whatever you like. KYC and audited, so it has that security by pink sale, right? On top of that, they also are trending, even though they are 2 days in advance. They're still trending. So that's really cool to see that they are still, you know, bringing up a lot of hype around in the space, and a lot of people are looking towards their product, right? So I'll leave the pink sale down below as well. So their opinion, right, is that basically these games die off, right? You look at something like Eternal, how fast it crashed. It did a massive run up, but there's a lot of faults and a lot of things like the NFTs and how the APR system works with these NFTs, because over a longer period of time, there is going to be a dump, and there will be, you know, a lot of uneasy systems that don't really make it so well off, because a lot of people that got the NFTs for like really dirt cheap are just going to capitalize on everyone that buys in later, right? So it's kind of like you can get an NFT for like, let's say 1 BNB, and someone gets it for like 50 BNB, they're still getting the same APR, and it's just kind of, the system is kind of flawed in a sense, right? So what they want to capitalize on are mystery boxes, and these mystery boxes have no correlation to that, in a sense where you can get a fixed amount for $10, right? You can get the cheapest box for even $10, so you can easily be able to play this game even if it's that cheap. You know, people that are really interested in the opportunity and really want to be a part of the CSA ecosystem, you know, because once you get a certain box, you can get another box that gives you 10%. And when you get 10% bonuses on your next box, that means those boxes that give 10% on top of that, it's going to, you know, fluctuate to a point where, you know, you can gain up to 100% off of a few boxes just based on the multipliers, right? So these are the type of systems that kind of really play into each other with the token itself and the token generation along with these boxes. And with this mystery box game, you have the opportunity to, you know, make it unique in a sense where you start to create this certain style of where, you know, you can develop a way similar to how the miners work, that you have a setup that you want to get a certain multiplier with a certain box to get the best possible profit. And learning the way to get that possible best profit is going to be a lot of the hype, a lot of the news, a lot of the people that are involved in the space within the CISA ecosystem are trying to capitalize as much as possible. And not only that, you'll be able to get, you know, APR. So you'll be able to stake these tokens and you will be rewarded as well. In that case, you will be getting, you know, rewards based on whatever you win with mystery boxes, and then you can stake those tokens and you can be rewarded with 700% APR. So it's kind of one of those safe long-term plays where you'll be able to play into this ecosystem, you'll be able to get a certain amount of profit, and it's completely fair, right? So this means that you will be able to get in with everyone else if you were to buy in on launch, and then you can start using your tokens to buy into the CISA ecosystem, get more boxes, get more multipliers, stake those so you can get an entire, you know, passive income flowing project, right? And that's really good to add into your collection. You know, you have things like PancakeSwap that have those staking platforms and stuff like that. This is creating that in a sense that they are creating a gambling system, and the way it works is based on how much hype and a lot of you know greed there is, and there's a lot of greed in crypto. The opportunity to turn that point one into 10 bmv, into 20 bmv, into 100, and that's what they're capitalizing on, and that's what makes CISA so cool. So check them out. They have a lot of you know information coming out, and as you can see, they have these tabs here. You can check out more information. So let's look a little bit in more detail up on their about page. Why are they the best decentralized casino in the BSC space? Well, basically they have so much involvement, right? They have instant payouts, they have no custodial, so you don't have to have some kind of, oh, you need to withdraw in 2-3 days. It's just you can take out whenever you want. Anyone can get in as long as you have a crypto wallet. You can buy into the project. You can get these boxes, and you can be a part of the system, right? It's open source, so everything is verified, KYC'd, audited. It's a deflationary token as well, so it goes towards the buyback of the ecosystem itself. There is staking, and that means you will get profit when you sleep. So you have active income and passive income all into one token. There also is a distribution, so that there is 50% that goes back into the rewards, so that the ecosystem continues to grow over a longer period of time, right? So as people buy, as people sell, as more transactions go through, the project starts to grow and the treasury starts to grow, and that means more are rewarded to the holders and more are rewarded to the people that play into the system, right? There also is the rules and probabilities, things like this explaining, certain amount of win rate for the amount you buy into, and it varies based on the players and things like that. The bigger the players, the different win rate, because obviously there's less people that can win, right? And then there's duels against each other. So there's a lot of aspects that are involved in this, and that's what makes this really cool. Here is the white paper. Let's just quickly look through what they have created and how they are planning to capitalize on it. So this system basically is really getting involved into the system of gambling in casinos and things like that, right? Where there is a lot of potential and a lot of value in there, right? And this is done through the mystery box type of style, right? So there is wash trading, that there's a lot of fake users that are kind of creating the winning sides, and it's not really fair to those that aren't, right? And there's a lot of cheating done in the ecosystem of casinos and things like that. But because it's a smart contract and how Sesame token works, it's a lot easier for them to implement a style that creates a more fair system where there isn't any kind of backdoor, right? So there's safety because there is auditing. There's a lot of back end that's being supported. There's privacy. So in this case, you don't need to have that KYC. You don't need to sign up. Anyone can be a part of it. There is that system of having an easy solution to claim anytime you want, right? You can take it whenever you want to get, and there is no labor because there is no one actually running it, because it's a decentralized system, right? And that's what makes Sesame so much higher off than those, that you go to in person, right? And they have the game design implemented, like I showed before, where they explain how there is duels, there is 100-player coliseums, there's 10-player coliseums, and 1,000-player coliseums. So they have the opportunity of winning rewards based on the amount capitalized, right? So if you put in more, you have an opportunity to win more, and things like that, right? So how does the tokenomics work, and how does the system work? So basically, they are a part of the ecosystem, like I explained earlier, and these active players can receive rewards, and that's based on how active they are, right? So the more active you are, the more you stake, the more you compound, you start to develop a compounding interesting scenario where you are going to start getting a massive amount of influx, because you're putting in 10%, you're staking that 10%. Once you stake that 10%, then you gain more percentage on the multipliers. You take those multipliers and then you put that back into staking. It creates this ecosystem where the more people that are involved into it will start to deflate the token itself and buy back itself. So the ecosystem is really unique in that way, where you can be a part of the system, and the more people that start to use the project and start to put in more volume, the more the project starts to grow, and the more the volume will start to impact the price as the price starts to increase, right? This is a very unique system that I have never seen before, and it really surprised me that they've created something so interesting and so unique that kind of capitalizes on a market that hasn't really been capitalized yet. How they've created this style and how they've made, staking platforms easily withdraws, anonymity, the ability to get multipliers and have people ready to keep on playing into the system is really what's going to push this project to new all-time highs, right? And that's really cool in that way, that it's a fair system. There is no whitelist, there is no private, there is no way of getting that head of everyone, so everyone starts on the same footing, and that's what really makes this amazing, right? They have their team here, including Dan, V, Mike, Sean, and John, right? So they have the marketingwizards.net as their marketing team, and they basically run an ILO launchpad, and that's kind of where they have their marketing and social media campaigns that really push the projects, and they are working on Sesame token. They have a good background in terms of what they've created previously and how they've done their marketing, and that's why I see a lot of potential in what Sesame token has in the future. So check them out. You can see that they have their key shield audit on GitHub and on their website. I'll leave all the information down below. Definitely check out Sesame token. Absolutely amazing project.